Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sindhu. Today we are going to talk about preconceptional counseling. It might sound a bit of a medical term. Preconceptional counseling is nothing but what things you should know before you plan for pregnancy and what prenatal supplements you should start before you plan for pregnancy and what impact it can have on your ongoing pregnancy. Yeah, without any further delay, let's begin with it. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel Women Health Facts. In this channel, you'll get tips about pregnancy, fertility, and anything and everything concerning with women's health. So today's topic is preconceptional counseling, or what are the things you should know before you plan a pregnancy. The general population, they don't know because you are perfectly fine, you're having a perfect health condition, you're having regular cycles, and as far as you're concerned, there is nothing wrong with you. So why I should go meet a doctor before I plan for a pregnancy? Because there are many important factors which can impact your baby's health at the very early stages. Yeah, for example, first and foremost is whether you're taking enough folic acid or not. So folic acid is a important component for the neural tube development of the baby. So what exactly is a neural tube? You don't have to know the medical facts of it. Neural tube defects are something which can be prevented by taking enough folic acid. That means we can start it after you confirm your pregnancy or anything like that, but you should know this fact about the neural tube development. Neural tube development of the baby takes place from 23rd day to the 45th day of your pregnancy. That means 23rd day is well before you miss your periods. Well before you miss your periods, the neural tube development of the baby begins. So it's very important at that point of time for your body to have adequate folic acid. So it's according to the guidelines, you should be taking minimum of 400 micrograms and up to maximum of 5 milligrams of folic acid. So before starting any prenatal vitamins, it should be prescribed from the doctor, and you should go meet the doctor, and doctor will be able to give you the adequate dosage for your body condition, or because there are so many factors which decides what dose of folic acid you should be taking. So this is the first and foremost thing. If you're planning for pregnancy, don't forget to take your prenatal supplements, which includes folic acid in it. Second important thing is whether you have any underlying medical conditions, whether you have any hypertension, diabetes, or epilepsy, because there are certain medications which should be changed, in the sense which you should be changing to a pregnancy safer medications. Yeah, because if you are, for example, if you are on for example statins, if you are any medicines for your high cholesterol, with that medicines you should not be getting pregnant. So if you're planning for pregnancy, you should stop yourself from taking those medicines. So to decide about these factors, whether you should be on these medicines, whether you should stop these medicines, you should definitely go meet a doctor. So in your preconceptional counseling, you will be advised about all these things. Third important thing is you should get yourself checked for certain immune status of your body, whether you are immunized against hepatitis B, and whether you have any immunity against rubella. So there are only a few factors which we can actually know, and which we can actually prevent it from affecting your baby's condition. So for example, if you are immune to if you have not received that rubella vaccination, it's advisable to take it before you get pregnant, because if you happen to catch rubella in the early pregnancy, it can cause congenital anomalies in the baby. So if you go for a preconceptional meeting, you can your doctor might ask you to check for your hemoglobin, your sugar levels, your thyroid levels, and your hepatitis B and C status, and your rubella. So all these things will help you to plan ahead, because you need not be under any stress or anything of once you get pregnant, and after that you do all this tests, and those if something is variation, if you have high sugars, people can have without any symptoms, can have high sugars or high thyroid or something like that. So that might be a bit of a stressful situation. So it is better, if you have a chance to go for a preconceptional counseling, you should go and get yourself checked for all this all these blood tests to make sure that you don't have any of those conditions. And next important thing is to be under a proper BMI. Yeah, BMI is very important when you're planning for pregnancy. Your BMI should be between 18 and 25. There is a link below to check what category of BMI you fall into. So just check it, because if you are into that category of higher BMI where you are in obesity or something like that, so in pregnancy you tend to gain at least 10 to 15 kgs of weight. So that will in turn put you into so much of other risk factors like developing hypertension, diabetes and everything. So it's always advisable to maintain your BMI in a normal range, so that it will help you prevent from developing any complications in the pregnancy. And start eating healthy diet. Yeah, if you're smoking or having alcohol, yeah, alcohol is okay. Yeah, as soon as you confirm pregnancy you should quit it, but smoking and alcohol both are bad when you are actually trying for pregnancy, for both the partners actually, because when a man is smoking and drinking, it can reduce the quality of the sperms, and it can reduce the sperm count as well. So it's now, preconceptional counseling is not only for the female partner, it also involves the male partner as well. And next important thing is, if both of your families has got any congenital anomalies or any genetic disorders, in your paternal maternal side and your partner's paternal and maternal side, so you should at least go for 2 to 3 generations to know whether anything is there. So if at all, if any of those things are there, you should definitely go meet a genetic counselor to know whether these diseases are transmittable from you to the unborn baby. So the genetic counseling, depending upon what genetic condition your family has been affected with it. Yeah. And next important thing is whether you have a consanguineous marriage, whether you both are related. There are various degrees of consanguinity, whether you both are related through your mother's side or your father's side. So it's very important to know that also, because if you are consanguineously married, if you are related to your partner, and if you're married your first cousin or something like that, so that can increase your chances of a congenital anomaly. So you should have a preconceptional counseling to check whether is there any risk for such conditions to come within your planning of pregnancy. So I guess that's it. So preconceptional counseling is not a new thing, but if at all, if you are accidentally getting pregnant without planning, if you get pregnant, that's okay. You never have a chance to go and meet a doctor. If you are planning, nowadays most of them, we do plan our career, we do think, okay, this next year we'll plan for pregnancy or something like that. So if you're planning like that, so make it a point, you go meet your gynecologist before you take that step of planning for pregnancy. They will be able to help you to get these tests checked, so that having a healthy pregnancy begins from the day you start planning for pregnancy. So from the beginning, if you keep things in place, if you keep things under control, then you can avoid most of the complications which develop in the later part of the pregnancy. So I guess that was a useful talk for you. If you have any concerns regarding your preconceptional counseling or regarding planning of pregnancy, comment me below. I'll be more than happy to reply for your comments, and I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay healthy and drink plenty of water. Bye bye.